Gareth Southgate looks to Colombia as England boss defends World Cup team selection. Gareth Southgate described England's World Cup last 16 clash with Colombia as our biggest game in a decade. Southgate's decision to make 8 changes backfired here with a 1-0 defeat to Belgium, courtesy of a goal by former Manchester United youngster Adnan Januzaj, meaning they will face the tougher first knockout round tie in Moscow on Tuesday. By finishing top of Group G, the Belgians now face the easier tie against Japan, ranked 62nd in the world, on Monday. The consolation for England is if they beat Radamel Falcao's Columbians they will avoid the potential of a quarter-final clash against Brazil and would instead face either Sweden or Switzerland. But Southgate was not happy following his first competitive defeat as England boss halted their earlier momentum. After Marcus Rashford had missed 2 second-half chances, he justified his selection by saying, "We are not happy to be beaten but we had double objectives tonight. The knockout game is the biggest game for a decade for us so we had to make sure our key players were preserved. I think it was a pretty even game. I thought they had some better controlled possession than us at times. I think they had some good chances in the first half. We've had a couple of really good ones in the second. It was a good test for us and of course we had double objectives tonight with half an eye on the knockout. Marcus had a great chance but the good thing with him and Jamie Vardy is they kept working and kept looking for those openings. It didn't happen for them tonight but the consolation is we don't suffer for it. We want to win football matches so of course we are not happy to come away from here having been beaten but what that means for the next round we don't really know. I think the players who have played tonight have given absolutely everything and never stopped and we've created the openings to get something from the game. Everyone can see the level we've been playing at. We can see the level of some of the best and we've got to just keep improving. We talked about momentum. Momentum shifts in games and I think we kept pressing right to the end. The supporters have been fantastic tonight, absolutely fantastic for us, and I think they understand what the most important thing is. Belgium boss Roberto Martinez had said on the eve of the game that a good performance was more important to him than a victory, but was delighted he got both. The victory is a consequence of a very good performance, he said. You cannot plan the ideal scenario. You've seen big nations already eliminated. We need to look at ourselves. We are a stronger group than we were before the game. We're facing Japan, we've got to be ready for it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the 8 changes, insisted England did not have their eyes on the last 16. We weren't focused on any of that before the game. We're England and we want to win every game possible and now everyone's disappointed we didn't want and that's the main thing, he said. You don't want to go into a changing room and see smiles because of a potentially easier route, you want to win every game. In the World Cup you are going to come up against the best teams in the world and I think every team who has got to the round of 16 deserves to. There are no easy games that we can see ahead of us and we're fully focused on Colombia. It's going to be very tough. If you look back to the last World Cup they did unbelievably well and they've shown in this World Cup they can bounce back from a defeat and win games. It's not going to be easy at all.